The year 2020 became a time of moving forward toward our goals for the Duyunov Motors project, despite the challenges faced by the whole world. Amid the pandemic and its related restrictions, the project team continued to carry out key tasks. The main efforts of LLC Sovelmash were focused on preparing for the construction of the Design and Engineering Technology Bureau. To obtain a construction permit, the company successfully passed the state examination of the project documentation. This process took more than a year of intense work and 4.5 months of waiting for the inspection results. After the project was approved by the main authority, further inspections followed at the Moscow Committee for Architecture and Urban Planning and Rospotrебnadzor. On October 15, 2020, an important day in the project's history, the construction permit was obtained. Even before that, preparatory work had begun on the site in the Special Economic Zone Technopolis, Moscow. A construction camp was set up, temporary roads made of concrete slabs were laid, and temporary utilities were connected. At the same time, the subcontractor's factory began manufacturing the metal framework for the future building. The main technological achievement of the year was the release of the world's first electric motors with combined windings, Slavyanka, which the company LLC Sovelmash developed from scratch. These were traction motors of size 100 with IP65 protection class, a significant accomplishment by the engineers at LLC Sovelmash. At the same time, the company received its first official test protocol for the motors, fully compliant with GOST standards and technical regulations. The team worked on this document for an entire year. Specialists at LLC Sovelmash continued to improve the motor wheel with combined windings. The result of this work was a new patent for the principle of mounting the motor wheel in the suspension. The company strengthened its technical base, purchasing new equipment, including a drying oven for varnish-impregnated windings. Modern measuring equipment was installed in the laboratory for the large load test bench, which made it possible to test motors of sizes 112 and 132. An important milestone was obtaining the trademark certificate for LLC Sovelmash, which protected the company's brand. The spread of the Slavyanka technology abroad continued thanks to the productive work of Viktor Aristov, director of the company ICP Weihai and partner of LLC Sovelmash. He began developing a new direction, transport with electric motors and solar panels. In Thailand, boats were upgraded. Gasoline engines were replaced with electric ones. A fleet of such boats was launched at the floating market in one of the most famous tourist areas of Bangkok. The eco-friendly project was supported by the Minister of Tourism and Sports of Thailand, who personally evaluated the boats, which are capable of running solely on solar energy without recharging from the grid. Another development where Slavyanka motors were used is solar-powered golf carts, which have received European certificates. In 2020, the international development of the project did not stand still. The company's SOLARGROUP opened offices in 5 new countries: Croatia, Senegal, Benin, Togo, and Indonesia, as well as its first overseas office in Vietnam. Under the restrictions, we held our first international online conference, which allowed us to maintain connections with investors and partners around the world. For the first time, we launched project webinars in English, and they became a regular occurrence. Thanks to a well-thought-out strategy, in 2020 SOLARGROUP was able to attract more investment to the project than in the previous year. The total investment fund exceeded $30 million. The number of investors supporting the project grew to over 34,000, and the number of partners surpassed 10,000. The main result of 2020 is that the project not only maintained its pace of development under challenging conditions, but also achieved a significant breakthrough, from the first Slavyanka motors to the start of construction of its own engineering center and record investment figures. We proved that even in difficult times, innovative technologies and coordinated teamwork make it possible to move forward.